We drove to some fields and there it was, a cigar-shaped object. In the 1970s, I was at university in Hull in the north of England, and I found the Aetherius Society there, which believes in life on other planets. I'm now the secretary of that organization and have been for over 40 years. Being a student, I had very limited financial resources. I couldn't afford to both buy the books and tapes I wanted to study from the Aetherius Society and a pair of gym shoes for my favorite sport at the time, which is called squash. So I decided to buy the books and I went without the gym shoes. A few days later, there was quite a big UFO sighting in Hull. It was announced either on TV or radio. And a friend and I, we drove out to try and see this craft. We drove to some fields and there it was. And it was what was described often in those days as a cigar-shaped object, cylindrical. He and I walked across a field and we watched this craft moving very slowly in the sky. It was seen, I think, by at least 500 people that night. Then it became obscured by a tree in this field. And while it was obscured, I looked down at the ground and there was a brand new pair of gym shoes, my size. Call it a coincidence, call it synchronicity. I took it as a sign. I picked up the shoes, we looked back up at the sky, and there was the craft back to move past this tree. It was hanging quite low in the sky, and after a while, it blinked out. It disappeared. Quite a common occurrence with UFO sightings. Very new to me at that time. In those days, it was considered necessary to debunk every UFO sighting, and there were plenty of people willing to do that, not just governments, plenty of others too. So the chemistry professor at the university declared it to be a barium cloud. They later found out that it wouldn't look like this or operate like this. So that was also my first introduction to cover-ups, not to believe some of the stories you're told, trying to discredit this phenomenon.
Considering the thousands of testimonies and videos taken on people's phones and eyewitnesses' accounts made by credible witnesses such as doctors, pilots, scientists, and active duty service members, it is unacceptable to continue to gaslight Americans into thinking that this is not happening or that the potential of intelligent life forms exists other than humans.